Welcome to a 3v3 cast. Starting off, we have FA Jambi playing as the Farseer. In mid, we have Evilmario5 playing as Techmarine, and on the right hand side, on the contested power side, we have William T. For red team, we have the Corner Flux. On the contested VP side, we have Rewston playing in mid as the Chaos Sorcerer, and finishing off the Chaos roster, we have Maskikon playing as the Chaos Lord. Map is going to be Estia Province. And we have a full Chaos team versus a nearly full Eldar team as Techmarine though. Not really an Eldar though, so almost a full Eldar team. We'll see how this goes. Destructs onto the Heretics. Maskikon is actually going to have his Heretics forced away very early here. Did go in unsupported against some Dire Avengers, but were able to do some decent damage to one of the squads. About the loss of 5 models though, without taking any models of their own. Play champion pushing in here for Corner Flux, and Farseer and Dire Avengers behind some green cover, and some more Dire Avengers way back there behind some yellow cover as well. Dire Avengers should all group up together and maybe try and pick out this play champion out in the open right now. Do actually have guide on some Dire Avengers, while that play champion will take a lot of damage and is forced to go away. That Nerval Worship is not going to be enough to support the amount of damage that he's taking from triple Dire Avengers here. You can even see a Heretic model getting popped down there very quickly as well. Some buildings getting used up here in top for William. The Chaos Lord doesn't actually have the Combi Flamer or the Heretics without their grenade launchers or any Noise Marines, so units inside these buildings should be pretty well defended right now. The Chaos Lord could always get a Combi Flamer and just try and burn down these buildings or burn units inside the buildings with the Immolate ability, but might see that coming later on. And the Combi Flamer is very good against Eldar in general. Does a lot of damage and is very nice for bleeding away Dire Avenger models, and can actually see them behind the Combi Flamer right now in the user interface. A Grenade Barrage will go down, will catch out the Farseer, knocks her away from that cover as well. Some nice use of Grenade Barrage, get that Farseer out the cover and focus her down, and now CSM going to be pushing up. They can occupy the green cover and force away these Dire Avengers. Heretics do need to be a little bit careful in mid. We actually have some mines getting placed down. And the Artificer's Mine will actually just wipe a Heretic squad from full health there. I don't think that was the intention of the push, but that was brilliant. The Artificer's Mines are very good, and very good when they actually wipe squads like that. Heretics very fragile, very grouped together, are actually really vulnerable to mines, similar with other melee units as well. And what's worse is when some melee units, they have a detector such as Heretics, they sometimes will jump onto the mine attacking it, and then they'll take damage because they'll explode because they surrounded the mine and the opponent is paying attention, or if there's a mine they'll try and attack it and get caught out because something else has killed the mine or something like that. There's some Heretics running away here for a Maskikon. Destructor is up for the Warlock. He has actually got the Champion's Robes as well, maybe wanting to try and save as much energy as possible so his Warlock can actually be as tanky as possible with the Champion's Robes. Could also see him get the Merciless Witchblade as well, very nice in combination with the Champion's Robes. It actually does do the Destructor down onto the ground anyway. But Heretics with their Aspiring Champion taking reduced damage, or taking the same amount of damage, but the Aspiring Champion obviously granting the health bonus, so it looks like he has actually taken less damage. Heretics as well in mid for Rewston getting forced away here by the Kinetic Pulse from these Rangers. Heretics and Raptors though trying to wipe down some Tactical Marines here. Will take down 2 models in fact. Jambi calling that Chaos is missing. The entire red team is Chaos, but I think he means it's a Plague Champion here who's got some Noise Marines. It looks like Corner Flux might try and go in here for a power bash. He has got the stronger army here. William, in fact no, Jambi, sorry, with triple Dire Avengers and Rangers extremely vulnerable to this Noise Marine army. Noise Marines, I say Noise Marine army, this Noise Marine squad. The Noise Marines in the most recent patch, there's actually a 1.5 second delay between them being able to, when they attack you, there's 1.5 second delay when they actually silence your weapons and silence your ranged abilities now. Because against some matchups it was very annoying when they would actually instantly interrupt or instantly silence you. But the Farseer is trying to chase these Noise Marines down. Rangers doing a very nice job of keeping their distance and trying to pick off as many models. Fortune Armor though on that Farseer taking reduced 30% damage, very useful war gear. Chaos Lord up here trying to pick away some models. There's actually a Dire Avenger model here. double Eternal War for his double CSM as well. Rewston in mid with his Raptors and CSM, actually more towards the contested VP side in fact. And together they might actually be able to try and bash this power. In fact, the play champion could always get a Battle Spear of his own as well. And in conjunction with the Noise Marines, just take down the power so quickly. And Battle Spear is also a very good war gear as well, especially against triple Dire Avengers. If you can actually get your play champion in there, I mean the Bolter is a much safer option. But with Noise Marines, CSM and Heretics, you might actually be able to buy enough time for your play champion to get into the face of the Dire Avengers, slow them all down, make it easier for a Grenade Barrage to actually land. Chaos Lord though very low right now, some really nice Doombots catching out all these tanks and scouts. The Chaos Lord has gone down. Sorcerer could probably get res onto him. Merciless Witchblade has now been purchased for that Warlock, very nice in conjunction with the Champion's Robes. Needs to be very careful here in case that Warlock gets a special. Heretics do have 75 melee skill, but the Aspiring Champion does not, so if the Warlock lands a special on him, then Heretic models near him might risk going down. The Aspiring Champion Heretics though will go down. Sorcerer might want to move forward, try and get a res onto that Chaos Lord. Some more Doombots though from a distance, hitting these Tactical Marines, doing so much damage. And Raptors actually going down. I didn't even see them die, but they actually jumped in and did go down. Kinetic Pulse once again though, knocking back some CSMs, and the CSM here for Maskikon will get forced away. Do actually have something building over here. It's a proximity mine behind the wall. Bit of an odd place to have it, but that's probably the best place to have it since it will catch your opponent off guard when walking in that area. Maybe he's actually intending to build it where the Chaos Lord was, but we do actually have a res midway through the battle. For that Warlock, Techmarine will res him. The Chaos Sorcerer could actually do the same thing to the Chaos Lord as well. And red team in control of the majority of the map right now in fact. Chaos Sorcerer, no upgrades on him yet. Play champion does actually have the Mucus Discharge, giving him the Breath of Nurgle ability, allowing him to heal himself and units around him, and Chaos Lord also has that Combi Flamer. And Rangers bleeding model. Combi Flamer very good for bleeding models, especially on Rangers. Play champion not having as many counters to Rangers as Chaos Sorcerer or Chaos Lord, or having as easy of a time. And do actually see the Chaos Sorcerer consuming one of his Heretics there, gives him a slight heal and gives him quite a lot of energy back, allowing him to use his abilities a bit more. And Jambi coming in here with some Wraithguard here to try and counter this purely ranged army here of Cornflux. It doesn't actually have a single melee units on the field. Heretics have been upgraded to the grenade launchers, so they become a ranged squad. And triple generators here from Maskikon, and that generator farm is in a bit of trouble right now as the Warlock is pushing in. William might be able to take this over. Double CSM are in the area, but the Warlock and Banshee should be able to fight these double CSM, even though Slaughter might be available. I don't think it is available, but the CSM running away would tell me that Slaughter is not available. Two models in fact going down very quickly there. One CSM running into the building, the other one trying to run towards the Chaos Lord. Banshees will actually back away. You can see that aspect of fleetness, allowing them to jump over these walls here. And Rangers are actually trying to get a decap here. Champion's Robes activated. Warlock leaps in here, and Dire Avengers will actually get tied up there. Kill the Weak will miss there. Warlock does land a special. The special is not effective against the Chaos Lord though. Dire Avengers getting forced away as Rewston is coming in. Chaos Lord retreating away as well. That power is actually neutralized right now. Play champion trying to attack these Wraithguard from a distance. And I think the play champion on this side should probably go for the Armor of Pestilence and the Plague Fist. With the Armor of Pestilence, you won't be able to get knocked down, and you can just run up to these Wraithguard and tie them up for your ranged army. And also comes in very useful when capping EPs and or just fighting the melee really. But Librarian though for Evilmario, I love Librarians. I've seen them on the field, very effective against heavy infantry. Smite actually does plasma damage, so it actually does do more damage against heavy infantry compared to regular infantry. But so far no upgrades here, but I can see some more Doombots though. And Plague Marines actually land their missile onto these Tactical Marines. Chaos Sorcerer will be able to get away. I don't know if damage over time will be enough to take down another model on those Tactical Marines, but it doesn't look like it will. Bloodless is a very good choice for tying up those Wraithguard, and Jambi is actually down to just the Warlock of the Wraithguard squad, so we'll need to replace all three models there, but still cheaper than having to buy the squad overall. But Jambi looks like he will win this fight overall. Farseer tying up those CSM. Play champion also gain a lot of fire. Librarian forced away here. The Chaos Lord is back in the area with his Combi Flamer. The Armory Inferno would also be good here with the Let the Galaxy Burn ability, very useful against infantry blobs. But Immolate trying to do some damage to some Banshees here, actually doing some damage to his own generator. Kill the Weak will go off, we'll only catch out one model by the looks of it though, and the Chaos Lord will be forced to go back to base, and we do actually have a Chaos Dreadnought out in the field for him now. Meanwhile, Rewston upgrading to double Mark of Zinc CSM, both with Eternal War and Dreadnought of his own. Still no upgrades on the Chaos Sorcerer. I think a Sword of Flame would be really good here against Eldar. But now that he's tier 2, we could even see the Rod of Warpfire, which you don't see too often on the Chaos Sorcerer, but it's a really nice war gear. But he's actually going for a Maskikon upgrade onto his Dreadnought, and we could even see the double Aspiring Champions as well for these double Mark of Zinc CSM as well, just to give them so much range damage. And some Dire Avengers did die on this contested VP, none of them actually wipes though, but this Dreadnought is going to cause some problems as Dark Reapers around the field for William, which he's just finished, and Dark Reapers not effective against vehicles since they do Inferno damage. But we're going to have a double down here though. Jambi I don't think is prepared for this. Rewston is coming in. These Wraithguard though will take so much damage from the Inferno damage here. He definitely knows something's up now. We do have a Whirlwind here as well. Bloodlet's going to warp in. And Farseer, a Gravity Blade would be really nice here to actually lift up these Bloodletters and get them off the Wraithguard. Fortune is used. Evilmario is coming in as well. But the Bloodlet's taking a lot of damage. We do see the Chaos Dreadnought in Blood Rage mode. Noise Marines, Plague Marines pushing in. This Whirlwind is definitely dead. Smite on the Librarian, onto these Heretics. The Mastercrafted Bolter as well is purchased for Techmarine. I think that he bought this in tier 2 in fact. The Librarian's using the Force Barrier as well, and he's going to knock back his own units as well as the Chaos Sorcerer and also the Warlock as well. And that Librarian is extremely low, will be forced to retreat away, and that could be a dead Sorcerer, but that special will save him, and he's actually going to bring the Dreadnought here, but he will still go down. Dreadnought will be able to win the fight. We do actually have some CSM getting forced away over here, 364 VPs to 315. And the CSM blob is moving back here as the Dire Avengers are pushing in, and Farseer is here. We don't actually have the Malignant Blindness going on here, so the blue team are in the dark right now, but they can actually see the units since they are attacking the enemy units. This Mark of Corn Dreadnought though, just chasing the outer armor. William coming in from a very awkward angle here. Still getting chased around by that Dreadnought. Dreadnought does not care about terrain, it just walks right through it. Banshees with a Distort Field. Ooh, that is actually doing a lot of damage to these Dire Avengers. They will go down. They will most likely go down. They will not go down. The Dreadnought actually starts focusing down that Warlock instead. They need to retreat, otherwise that underslung Stormbolt is actually going to kill these Dark Reapers. And Bright Lance weapons team as well, firing away at that Chaos Dreadnought, but there is no guide or any range boosting ability available. So Plague Marine's trying to come in for a power bash here. Fire Dragon's coming in for a flank against them behind their cover, but Fire Dragon's not really most effective against Plague Marines. You need high amounts of piercing damage. Ranger's going to get some shots onto these Grenade Launcher Heretics, but the Chaos Dreadnought here with this underslung Stormbolts doing about 20 DPS. It's just going to be too much for these Rangers to actually handle. These Rangers are going to go down. Grenade Launcher will actually be the thing to kill them in the end. Double CSM, both with Eternal War. Slaughter is most likely available, but you don't really want to try melee in. Very nice smite though from Evilmario. The double plasma gun that Tactical Marines as well is actually going to destroy the CSM if they try and close in into melee with Slaughter. They might as well stay in range when using their Slaughter ability. Librarian could actually sprint himself in there right now. He's actually fully kitted out by the looks of things. Been mid Farseer getting meleeed down by some Grenade Launcher Heretics, and it looks like Jambi's going to go into full retreat. Farseer will go down here. I think a Gravity Blade though would be really good for her against this army composition, just running in, lifting up some Heretics or lifting up these Bloodletters to get them off your units. We do actually have the Kinetic Pulse to try and knock these Bloodletters down, but beyond that there's nothing really here to stop them. There's only a Bright Lance weapons team which isn't going to do too much to infantry, and Rangers are a lot the quickest at killing Bloodletters. We also have a Last Cannon Devastator squad here as well. Bloodletters are teleporting once again. I think they're teleporting to safety though, and we'll get away with 3 models. There are some Heretics nearby as well to provide some worship support. Plague Champion going to tie these Last Cannon Devastators up in melee. We did actually have the Farseer die once again by the looks of things. Evilmario though is actually going to lose his double tactical marines here. That Chaos Dreadnought has actually picked up one model and throws him onto the retreating CSM there, but not doing any damage to those. For any CSM, we do also have Armored Inferno purchased for the Chaos Lord, and that's what all this fire is on the ground by the looks of things. Where is Chaos Lord? He's running back space. He does have that Armored Inferno. Evilmario is actually down to just a Devastator squad, a last cannon Devastator squad, and his Techmarine. Meanwhile, red team taking up to tier 3 Rewston, Cornerflux tier 3. We do have Maskikon still tier 2 though. 354 VPs to 220. Some CSM running behind cover. Jambi is pushing in very aggressive here. Drop pod for Mario. And it's going to be some tactical marines. He is getting double P-devs as well. These double P-devs will allow blue team to actually hold this contested VPs. Tactical marines though, very ballsy, just sitting there. They need to retreat away now though. He's actually going to lose these tactical marines here. Let Eldar also tech up P-devs and D cannons as well, be very effective. We do see the play champion upgrading to the fettered armor. I don't think the fettered armor is the armor that he wants. I think the armor of pestilence would be better, especially with him being tier 2, since it provides extra health and knockback immunity. The fettered armor is more of a counter to mass melee to actually suppress them, like against mass homogons or heretics. If he wants to suppress the melee units you're fighting, that's where the fettered armor comes in a bit more handy. But the power farm over here has been destroyed completely now. The Armored Inferno, I'm sure, from Chaos Lord has also contributed doing some friendly fire damage to his own power farm as well. This Dreadnought remains unupgraded right now, it's just in its standard form. Rangers as well, trying to take, not Rangers, sorry, Fire Dragons trying to take some shots into it. Bright Lance Weapons team's also doing a lot of damage here as well. This Maskikon Dreadnought still up and active. It is level 2 now. The Devastator's not facing it though. And P-devs are set up, they might actually be able to land some really nice shots. That is a dead last cannon squad. In fact, the last cannon squad might live, but these are some dead Dark Reapers though. In fact, the Devastator squad will also go down. Dark Reapers will be able to get away dead. Dreadnought does get walked out by the Chaos Sorcerer, very annoying thing to fight. Very nice P-dev shot though from Mario, wiping a squad of heretics there. And looks like this Chaos Space Marine squad will be able to barely get away there with 22 HP. This Dreadnought still in the area with 197, but there's no EV to really chase it down though. The Warlock does also go down as Maskikon is kind of grouping up and just holding this area, and is even building a Shrine of Khorne as well, which spawns Bloodletters and increases damage of nearby units by 10%. And if you worship the Shrine as well, the Bloodletters spawn a bit more often as well. 278 VPs to 207. Evilmario down to just 2 P-devs. Does have a lot of resources saved up and is taking up to tier 3, so we could see some Terminators or a Venerable Dreadnought from him. In fact, everyone is taking up to tier 3 at pretty much the same time. Some Chaos Terminators here for Cornerflux, very good against Eldar Chaos Terminators. The Armor of Fortune getting used onto these Wraith Guards, going to try and give them the tankiness they need to try and make the cap here. We do have some Banshees coming in here for William. Dark Flames is going to go down. I think that is a dead Wraith Guard squad though. Bloodletter is also going to go down though to the Farseer. This is a very risky push here for a red team. They're really going in here, but they do actually have Malignant Blindness, but they are fighting 3 people here though, as only 2. That play champion gained very low. He's trying to tie up that Guardian Weapons team. Does actually have a Pestilence Strike, so he's taking reduced range damage. And we do actually have a nice P-dev shot. We also have an Autumn Bombardment going down, so there's no Terminators or no Venerable Dreadnought here for Evilmario, and that is a very nice Orbital, though a bit too grouped up. We'll catch out some we'll catch up some Plague Marines, also catch out the Plague Champion, catch out Chaos Terminators as well. Terminators do teleport away, however, and we do actually have Maskikon pushing in here since there were 3 on the contested VP side now. He will tear down this entire generator farm, and William does have some units nearby, some Dark Reapers, Banshees and some Fire Dragons as well. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. We do have a Bright Lance as well, so maybe with the Scorch Beam these Banshees will do some really nice damage. Slaughter again used onto one of the CSM squads. We do even have an Eldritch. This Eldritch though, I wonder how will it... We'll take down a CSM squad actually. For that Eldritch might be slightly off, but it's actually on point. Might even take down a second CSM squad here. Dire Avengers on retreat path. These Chaos Space Marines on 30 HP, although the Dire Avengers are actually focusing down something else by the looks of it. But CSM squad down, and Aspiring Champion down on that second CSM squad, very nice. And P-Devs will actually instantly wipe a CSM squad over here. Evilmario is coming in with a lot of squad wipes in this game against Rewston. These double P-Devs though is going to allow them to keep this VP neutral, 233 to 207. Meanwhile, Maskikon still kind of sitting on that contested side area. The generators could get replaced here by Evilmario. Evilmario's actually got a lot of resources. He's getting a Land Raider Redeemer, and that will really help them push on this contested side. And melee units as well will struggle to try and push against Land Raider Redeemer now, especially since those flamers on the side actually do courage damage, 40 courage damage actually. I'm not sure how quick it is to suppress, but it's very good. It's a very strong melee counter now, and especially with the frag assault, which it already had previously, it's very difficult for melee units to try and get too close. The Dire Avengers are going to be forced off. The Wraithguard are able to actually get a cap here, and blue team will start bleeding red teams at VPs. Red team are already behind in VPs though, 196, so they are about 40 VPs behind. They also did lose that contested power a while ago as well. And it's a very difficult area to push with the double P-Devs in the area. There's only one P-Dev squad here. The second P-Dev squad is actually protecting this VP as well. We do also have the Chaos Sorcerer over here as well. And Corner Flux says to push their natural. I would kind of agree because they are extremely set up here, although their natural is also well defended with a Devastator squad and some P-Devs behind those Devastators as well. Fire Prism here for William. Fire Prism's driving way towards the end of the map here. But that Chaos Dreadnought level 2 would be very vulnerable to the Fire Prism. And we do actually have a Mark of Nurgle Predator as well. Mark of Nurgle Predator does have extra health regen, and even melee resistance, which makes it a very tanky tank. But isn't the highest in terms of damage dealing. That is very annoying to actually kill it though. In fact, I think Fire Dragon's actually getting subjugated here by the Chaos Sorcerer fighting some Dark Reapers. That is definitely not what you want. Fire Dragons are heavy infantry in this most recent patch as well, so you don't want your Dark Reapers to be attacking your Fire Dragons because they will shred them. Warlock here does actually have the Champion's Robes, tying up those Plague Marines, and the Fire Prism is trying to chase down that Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought will be able to get away there. Plague Marines, though, might be able to get a rear missile here, and that would be very damaging. But meanwhile, over to this side, we do have Chaos Terminators. You can see the entire army is getting demoralized by these Chaos Terminators actually killing models. Chaos Terminators having the opposite of inspiration from Space Marines. You do see this Noxious Cloud as well being very annoying, and Rewston coming in as well at the same time. Jambi is going to be forced back to base. Evilmario needs to keep an eye on these P-Devs, and they're actually doing quite nice work. In fact, they nearly killed a CSM squad here, getting away with 7 HP, but these P-Devs will go down. Chaos Sorcerer teleports in investments in the warp, and also has the Rod of Warp Fire as well to do some decent melee damage. And Eldritch Storm though going to go down onto this Predator. It's a Maskikon Predator. Will do a little bit of damage, but it's not actually going to be enough to finish off. The Predator is able to drive out there. Some Rangers also going to go down. Maskikon Dreadnought in Blood Rage, unable to be controlled right now. Just running into base. Fire Prism is here. I'm not sure if Warp Global is on cooldown or not. It's actually doing a lot of damage to this Fire Prism. But Bright Lance is set up as well. And Rewston is going to have to be back in the way. This Maskikon Dreadnought will need to get warped out. It's just getting kited around. It's level 3 as well, so you definitely want to keep that alive. It does get warped out here by the Global, the Predator. Not Predator. The Land Raider is now pushing over to this side. We still have the Predator here for Maskikon. We'll slowly heal up, but there's also some Heretics available for him to actually repair that as well. 223 to 116. Red team now on a 2-0 cap, a 2-1 cap now. And blue team are having to reinforce and base and just regroup after that big push here from red team. I think that William might actually be able to force off Maskikon here. I think that he might have the slightly stronger army against him, but we'll see. Some Chaos Terminators getting spawned in here for Rewston, and straight away with the Lightning Claw upgrade as well. Evilmario on a lot of resources, but not enough red. Otherwise he could have had some Terminators of his own. He did actually use it on an orbital bombardment earlier. Jambi curious on where this Land Raider is going. Land Raider is actually driving in fairly aggressively here. Needs to be careful, there's Maskikon Predator here. You can see those side-mounted flamers actually suppressing the CSM here. Land Raider is driving away, and looks like William is coming in here as well. This could be a really strong push here from blue team. We do see that the army is having to split away. We do have some subjugated fire dragons here, trying to melee down the Land Raider Phobos here. The Land Raider Redeemer even. We have a Warp Throw coming in as well. But the Lightning Claw Terminators are extremely low here for Rewston. Do actually have to teleport away to safety. We do have some Terminators here for Maskikon. Terminators for all the Chaos players, in fact. Terminators trying to force melee onto these Wraith Guard. These Terminators do need to be a bit careful. We do have Fire Prism doing some nice work, knocking back some units. We do actually have a dead Bright Lance weapons team as well. Warlock with the Providence armor, and still armed with that Merciless Switchblade. Does need to be careful though, because Providence has run out and doesn't have that energy shield anymore, and he actually will go down. We do have that Mark of Nurgle Predator trying to push in here. Bright Lance weapons team though for William. Doesn't look like he can actually hit that Predator though. And looks like the army of Cornflux and Rewston here will push off, or will be forced off, and Jambi could actually go in for a cap here. Fire Dragons though jumping onto this Chaos Predator. That Predator doesn't actually have that much damage when it's in Nurgle form, but does actually have a lot of tankiness, but will actually go down. Some nice Doom Bolts though onto these Fire Dragons. Since Fire Dragons are heavy infantry now, they will take extra damage from Doom Bolts. But these Plague Marines though, you can actually see that Fire Prism has got the focused beam, dispersed beam, focused beam, very good against the vehicles. And pretty good against Plague Marines if you want to try and bleed models as well. But Land Raiders forced all the way back to space. You can see these Dire Avengers like desperately trying to wait for that thing to stop so they can repair it. And some stuff in chat. William says that he has got a nuke. Eldritches are nothing to laugh about. They're very scary. So that could be pretty game-changing nuke. 144 to 116. This VP is actually neutral right now. I think Jambi could actually cap it, because red team doesn't look like they have vision of it. They will have vision soon if this great and clean one does push up, however. This VP very well protected here. I think Evilmario can move these Devastators though towards the contested VP side, or maybe keep just the regular Devastators and have the P-Devs move over to the contested VP side where all the action is going on. This CSM squad could actually just go down here. P-Dev shot, very powerful. They're really trying to cap here, and they will actually go down for it. So maybe I was wrong in telling him to move his P-Devs, because those P-Devs help secure that CSM kill. But we do actually have a Shrine of Zinc going down. Shrine of Zinc does actually cast Doom Bolts, also grants a 10% damage reduction as well, if I'm remembering that correctly. Fire Prism pushing in, some Tactical Marines also pushing in. These Tactical Marines unupgraded, level 1 as well. They should actually be upgraded to Stand Guards perhaps. Dark Reapers will also be quite effective against this Great and Clean one, since it's super heavy infantry. Inferno damage is pretty effective as well. But we have a big push going on. This Fire Prism though for William will go down. Fire Prism for Jambi still in the field. This is a very nice spot for an Eldritch right here. They're very groups up. We have something getting called down here. I think it's Terminators or a Venerable Dreadnought. Please don't be more tax. It's more tax. But these Lightning Claw Terminators here for Rewston, you can see him, he's able to go for a very heavy melee army because he's Chaos Sorcerer and can warp out his own units to safety. These Banshees will not stand a chance against these Lightning Claw Terminators. Chaos Sorcerer also did subjugate some Wraith Guards for a short amount of time. The P-Devs from Evilmario still doing some work though. You can see the Lightning Claw Terminators nearly killing the Banshees. They have teleported away now though. Techmarine armed with a melter. I think a plasma gun would be really good here. In fact, this melter is still a good weapon, but it's just a bit short range. And the plasma gun also has the rapid fire ability as well, which will be very effective against these Terminators. He can even arm himself with the Signum armor as well this late into the game, and mark these Terminators with the mark target ability, which is very similar to Doom, and that units will take an extra 40% damage. Some more Fire Prisms though coming out for Jambi. Nuke still available for William. These Predators could also be a prime target for an Eldritch. Eldritch is extremely effective against the vehicles. And we could even see maybe some units as well try and sneak in and cap this VP, since it's actually unprotected right now. Warlock getting knocked around here, some mines on the ground. VP still belongs to red team right now, 138 to 116. Some P-Devs going to fire some more shots. It looks like they're trying to ground target and try and hit that shrine, but the Great and Clean one just vomits all over them, doing a lot of damage. And CSM pushing up with Plague Marines. These P-Devs though need to back away. Double Fire Prisms are going to try and kite this army as much as possible. The Guided Weapons team is also trying to suppress the army. The Dispersed Beam will actually knock over this entire army here, but can also use the focus beam and try and focus down this Maskikon Predator that's extremely low here. Fire Prism actually kind of getting stuck on each other. Do need to be a little bit careful and actually hitting the play champion instead. And red team are able to just push in here. We do actually have some units, but it looks like trying to make a push for the natural of red teams though. Techmarine with that melter gun and with that shield will be able to try and run up to that Predator for days. He actually gets hit by his own mine though. Very unfortunate for that. Banshee's gained very low right now. Some vehicles over here for Maskikon's actually going to be able to defend VP. Land Raider is now back up to full health and is actually pushing out a bit. Ground clean one, and with the rest of the Chaos Army is just pulling back a little bit. Chaos Predator with the Maskikon upgrade. Second one of the Maskikon upgrade. Techmarine's inside now. There's a lot of AV. This Land Raider though is a bit screwed. This is extremely screwed. In fact, triple Predators and a Dreadnought is just going to be a bit too much right now. Double Fire Prisms though, still doing a lot of work, knocking back the army. We do actually have an Eldritch going to go down. It's going to hit that Maskikon Predator. Won't be enough to stun it, but we have some Fire Dragons coming in from retreat as well. Will actually be enough to finish off these Chaos Heretics perhaps, but the Fire Dragons will actually go down themselves. There's just so many vehicles here. Armor the Asturian though is actually going to stop these Terminators, ground clean one play champion from being able to do anything. The Fire Prisms will just attack them while inside this time. Fjord P-Devs will escape this time though, I think. Maybe not, I don't know where the... I think the P-Dev model got stuck underneath that ground clean one. Not a very fortunate way of dying there. Briarlance platform can get forced away. Warlock also getting forced away very low. Just so many Predators out right now. There's 3 Predators total for the Chaos team. The ground clean one as well, and Dreadnought, and triple Terminators as well. It's a very scary army to deal with. Evilmario getting a Predator of his own. Maybe they can win the tank v tank battle. Techmarine could actually use his red right now and call in some Terminators once he has enough requisition, or call in a Venerable Dreadnought and try and make a final push here, because blue team are bleeding VPs 66 to 102. They really do need to make a very big push together, and there needs to be a push that is going to work and win them the game. Otherwise they will end up losing, and they need to make the push happen fairly soon, given that they only got 57 VPs left. We do actually have a second Predator game built for him. I think you should cancel that second Predator, just call in the Venerable Dreadnought and allow him to fight everything here. And I think a Venerable Dreadnought over Terminators, just because the Venerable Dreadnought will be more in your face, whereas ranged Terminators won't be. But very nice though, gain a decap at the very least. It's going to buy a blue team some time though, but that grey and clean one is just demolishing the Banshees. Although the grey and clean one himself is actually getting demolished. There's just so much AUV, there's so many tanks though. This Predator though will go down. The Mark of Zinc Predator very good at chasing down enemy tanks, although this Predator was armed with us when the last cannon is upgraded. We do actually have a nuke going down, and it's going to land straight onto Jambi, and that's going to ruin his army. This nuke is from Corner Flux. You can see with the green effect since he is the Plague Champion. They will be able to get all his units out alive. The only problem is that all his units are now off the field. In fact, he's actually running his own Terminators into his own nukes. Does need to be a bit careful. The Fire Prisms are just going to sit at range and try and kite this around, but Plague Marine's going to try and push up perhaps. We do have another Predator out on the field. I still think Evilmario, if he saves up, he will have enough to call in a Venerable Dreadnought. That Predator, okay, he needs to actually use Blessing the Omnissiah right now instead. If he's not going to get Terminators or a Venerable Dread, just use Blessing of the Omnissiah and repair all vehicles on the map right now. He does actually have 418 red. That's one Predator down. This could be a second Predator going down. Double Fire Prisms though. Still trying to knock back as many units as possible. We do have the Warlock. He did try and make a cap attempt onto the natural of that VP there, but the Providence armor was not going to be enough though. That Shrine of Zinc is still up at 31 HP as well. And Rewston now on triple Predators. A third one upgrading to Mark of Zinc upgrade to become a tank hunter. We do have Terminators, I believe. Nope, Venerable Dreadnought? Venerable Dreadnought. I think the Venerable Dreadnought has come a bit too late though. 7 VPs, blue team do not have anything nearby to actually get any caps. Nothing over here, and these Wraithguard are a little bit too slow. And the Venerable Dreadnought gets taken down very quickly here with the triple tanks in the area. Plague Marines, Water Cannon Terminators, 2 Water Cannon Terminators in fact. It's just going to go down very quickly. and that is going to be game. Chaos Tide will win, and heresy will spread.